Miley Cyrus. A little earlier.
Thank you so much for having me.
A little earlier than we thought, but that's fine. We'll take Miley any way we can. Hey, so how are you feeling after last night? Did you go out and party after the Oscars or anything?
No, I'm tired though. It was a lot of work. Just not only the presenters and everyone, but everyone that was working there. It was really hard. It was actually like it was so scheduled and everything had to be totally perfect. So it was hard.
My coworker Bubba and I walked in this morning, and we both said we've been excited about this interview. We've been talking about it all weekend, but we both said, did Miley almost fall last night at the Oscars?
Yes, I did.
You did, didn't you?
I almost fell, and so did Colin Farrell almost fell, and so did, who was it? I can't remember, but it was
a slippery
like,
stage.
It was like there was like something wet on the stage, and I did almost fall.
But you made a great recovery. You said what did you call it, a heel slip, and you sort of just like got right up to the stand, put both hands down, like I'm good.
Like, okay, I did it, but I totally did almost fall.
Now, Miley, one of the things that we've been doing all weekend long is we're asking people that if they wanted to, text any question to Miley Cyrus, they could text them to us. So I've got some questions from listeners.
Cool.
Why did you change your name from Destiny Hope to Miley Ray Cyrus?
Because that's what I've, always been called from my family, and it was, it's getting hard not having just the one name that I go by, because unlike most people, I have more than one name, so that was kind of hard. So I did that because it was like an identity thing.
And Miley was originally your dad's nickname for you, Smiley. You just dropped the S. Is that true?
I always was called Miley. It originally came from Smiley. When I was little, he called me Smiley Miley. And then Miley was what he had always wanted me to be called.
Where are you right now, Miley?
In California, in my room, laying here with my puppy.
Oh, you're at the house. Okay, good. I thought maybe you were traveling somewhere.
No, I'm home.
Another question that somebody text messaged to us, Miley Cyrus, on the phone with us this morning. Everybody's got a star crush. I happen to have many. But do you currently, or when you're growing up, have a star crush?
I don't know. Honestly, like, right now I can't think of anyone that I really do have a crush on. There's not really anybody. I'm bummed.
Wow. So you're like, whoa, wait.
Nice.
All right, here's a question. I've got two questions for my daughters, Michaela and Brianna, who went to your show, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Have you ever fallen off stage?
Almost.
Almost last night at the Oscars.
And how do you dance as Hannah Montana without losing your wig?
It's really, really tight on there, so they make sure that it's safe. But I've actually almost lost it one time with the dancer. They had like a watch on it, and it got caught when I walked by. They put their hand up, and they had got me just a little bit, and their watch almost caught.
Really?
And I almost lost it. I was nervous.
I have a question off of a question from last night. I saw you with Barbara Walters where she asked you about Britney Spears and Jamie Lynn Spears and the Paris Hiltons of the world. And do you think that your life is ever going that way? And my question to you is, Miley Cyrus on the phone with us right now, do you ever feel like it's not your position to judge and you shouldn't have to answer those questions?
Sometimes, but it's more like the questions are always going to come up, and so you have to find a way to answer them with also not, hurting anybody else. And so try to keep them just based more about you than about the other
Because
people.
really when they ask you that question, they're just trying to get you to say something offensive towards those people that they can run all day long.
Yeah.
So you have to gracefully
make it more about, just more about you than the other person.
It seems, though, so I've got to be honest with you, especially in your position, it seems so easy to fall and go in a bad direction because, let's face it, you're 15 years old, and you sold more tickets in one day than any performer ever. How do you prevent that from going to your head?
I just, because it's not really, it's not something that I try to, tell myself over and over. It's like, if that's all I talked about, was me and my album and blah, 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 I could see that, but that's not what I fill my head with at all. I fill it with everything else and the things that matter.
Speaking of the album.
Tell us about your new song.
Which one? I mean,
You've got 1,000 of them.
Now that I'm like trying to, get out there. I mean, See You Again is doing amazing, which I'm so stoked.
Right, which we love here.
And if you're driving the Bubba family car, when that song goes on,
it's nuts.
The radio goes on and everybody's singing. And this just happened yesterday. My wife's singing at the top of her lungs. The kids are singing. And all of a sudden I realize that I'm singing.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's just so fun because there's not really just an age group that goes for it. It's like a little bit of everybody loves it.
Well, I was going to ask you, do you have some weird fans, like 90-year-old men that are really digging you and it kind of creeps you out to see?
I've had some. I've had, people. I have people from 8 to 80, and it's just like totally crazy.
Now, the big controversy when you came to Pittsburgh was everybody trying to get tickets, and nobody could get tickets. Are there any giant celebrities that? I mean, you have people. You're Miley Cyrus. Are there any huge celebrities that, through their people, try to get in touch with your people because they couldn't get tickets to the show?
I mean, just like a little bit of everybody, I think, which was kind of crazy. I mean, there was people like, we had John Mayer come, and we had Chrissy Brinkley. We had lots of really, really cool people.
That's awesome.
And they all got, the cool treatment coming backstage, and it was all, their people knew my people.
Right.
And their
Have
people
your people
knew,
call my people.
Doesn't that just freak you out a little bit? The guy like John Mayer, tremendous artist, big name today, huge, and he's got to try to pull some strings to get a ticket to your show.
Dude, I know. It was like it's pretty crazy. It's surreal.
Another question coming in here at 47625 on the text message. They want to know if you've had your first kiss yet, and if you have, who was it with?
Yeah, I can't even think.
Really? It wasn't that memorable then?
Well, I'm trying to think of which one I want
to say. You can make it up if you want,
really.
Miley. Go ahead. Just throw out Bob or
we don't know who they are.
Chris.
I think it was like my co-star Mitchell.
Really? Nice
yeah,
one.
It was for an episode, which it never even got ran.
Wow.
Now, here's a question that I have for you. I mean, obviously, if you're just tuning in, this is Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana Live.
Can I get tickets to your show?
No. I've already gone that route, and you turned me down. Okay, you're 15 years old. You're making ridiculous amount of money.
Can we just say, is it millions, Miley?
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I don't want to know how much you make. That's not my question. But I want to know, when you're 15, where does that money go? And, do you still get an allowance?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, it really is, it's really cool and stuff, but it's like, I'm 15, so what do I really need to buy? I don't have to have a car. I don't have to have a house.
But you will next year.
It's pretty useless. But, I mean, later, I have things that, later in life that I want to do with it. But for right now, it's not really anything that I'm worried about.
If it's useless, I know somebody in Pittsburgh, Bubba, that could. Yeah,
that's true.
It's useful.
That's true.
That's funny.
So, Miley, you are 16 next year. So, what car is it that you're going to get when you turn 16?
I don't know. My dad wants me to get something really big, and my mom wants me to get a convertible.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm kind of stuck somewhere in the middle.
But you know why your dad wants you to get a big car? Because he thinks you'll be safer driving it.
That's true.
Yeah, he wants me to be the biggest car on the road.
Then why don't you get a convertible Escalade or something?
Yeah, really.
Exactly. I was like, Dad, I'm going to get a really big sunroof, and he's really funny.
When you were a little kid and your dad was singing Achey Breaky Heart, were you like, I love that song?
Well, it was actually a little before my time.
Really? See, I don't even remember when that was
out. A little bit before me.
Wow, Achey Breaky Heart was before you were even born.
I know.
Seems like just yesterday.
Now when you hear it, what do you think of it?
He hates the song, but
I can imagine.
He just, it gave us, what we have, and gave us the opportunity to, be out here and explore, even acting. But I don't think I ever liked it.
have you and your father gone on into any fights on the set, since you guys have to, obviously he's your dad, but you're the star of the show? Has he ever acted in a way that you're like, Dad, you could have done a better job? And he's like, shut up, kid, you're my daughter, I'll tell you what to do.
No, actually, we never tell each other notes or anything, just because we always feel like that might make things weird. When we go home, we always try, just keep it like family.
I know this probably isn't something you have to worry about too much, but Bubba here has gained a couple of pounds in the last few years. Well, look, we're doing a Bubba's boot camp because Bubba's trying to lose weight. Do you have any tips, being on the road, trying to eat healthy? Do you have any tips for Bubba and how he can lose weight? He actually gained 2 pounds this weekend.
I'm the worst. You can't ask me. On tour, I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? No, I'm the worst. So I guess just exercise is the best.
That's what he doesn't
Miley
do.
Cyrus's diet for Bubba: eat as much pizza as you can.
There you go.
Hey, we just got a text message in. Who was your Oscar date last night at the show?
My mom, but she looked beautiful.
Very good.
That's
You
awesome.
have to look online. She looked good.
And you look great, too. Miley Cyrus, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
It was a pleasure having you.
You're the best.
Bye, guys.
Thanks so much. Good and much success.
Oh, and she's gone.